Hello, visionaries. Welcome back to my channel. And if you guys are new here, welcome. And in this video, I want to talk about something a little bit more serious. In less than 24 hours, on January 20th, 2025, we as U.S. citizens are going to witness the peaceful transfer of power. Something that was not granted to Joe Biden's administration during his reign of his presidency, which is so refreshing to see back happening for this upcoming administration, Donald John Trump's presidency. So, with that being said, I did want to share to everyone that lives in the US. I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat. So I'm basically speaking about politics because this is a very sensitive subject. This is a very touchy subject that affects your families, that affects your bodies, that affects your state, that affects your communities, that affects your businesses, that literally affects your everyday lives. So it should be important to each and every one of us. And everyone's voices should be heard. It's okay to disagree about certain topics and issues, right? And so I did want to start off by saying this. I did not vote for Donald John Trump. I just didn't. I just that's just what I did. I didn't need to disclose that to you guys, but I just think I'm just keeping it fully transparent and just coming from the heart about this, having a sit down conversation with you guys, just as much as I want you guys to comment underneath this videos exactly how you feel about what I have to say as well, and your opinions about what should go on or how you feel about certain things, right? Because again, whether I disagree with what you have to say in the comments or I agree with what you say in the comments, my platform is all about open dialogue, a good place where people can have open discourse and just be okay to talk to each other. So, first and foremost, I want to say this. You're a United States citizen, and every United States citizen should respect whoever the people has voted for in office. I don't care who you are, what side of the aisle you're on, you should always respect the will of the people. I don't even care if there's someone that you didn't vote for. We can all not like the person. We can all love the person, but we should respect the person that was elected. Do you get what I'm saying? So, no matter what happens, our president should want what's best for us, and we should want what's best for the president and his administration to get all of the things that they ran on accomplished, right? So that was one thing I wanted to get off my chest. I don't like Donald Trump for many various reasons, but I'm going to respect him and allow him to get done what he said he's going to do. The picture perfect policies and the picture perfect agenda that he had for the American people. One was definitely illegal immigration. Go ahead. All right. I don't like how he's going to conduct it. I don't like how what I'm seeing is going to be implemented and going to be taking place. But if he says that's going to be best for the American people, do that. But do that without skyrocketing the deficit. Do that without hurting our economy. I want him to do all of the things he said he's going to do with illegal immigration and other policies and other agenda points that he was doing, but do that without hurting us as American citizens. So when you take those illegal immigrants, and when you take those immigrants that are breaking the law, the rapists, the murderers, the drug dealers, people that are hurting our communities and our so-called families of what they're doing, right? I want you to also acknowledge, go into places where they help our economies as well, that they are illegal immigrants. Go into the people that build our infrastructures, pull them as well. Why don't you actually go in to pull those people that work in our hospitalities? Why don't you pull those people that are working on our farms and dealing with our agriculture? Why don't you go and pull them as well? Don't just pick and choose which illegal immigrants or immigrants that you want to choose to say get out of our country. You said you're going to do a sweeping immigration ban. Do the sweeping immigration ban to see how much it's going to affect our country. Because at this point, all the talking and all the talking points, I feel like you are not going to implement all of that. But now that you're in office, I want you to do that, because at this point, people need to realize and learn all the things that he has said that he was going to do to make our country better and great again. They need to actually see how great those policies and those things and that agenda is going to make America great again, in my point of view. So like I said, and you know what, as a matter of fact, shouldn't those farmers and those CEOs and businesses that hired these illegal immigrants for low wages under the table, shouldn't they be going to jail as well if you are trying to implement good laws or something righteous? You know what I'm saying? Like, shouldn't those people be reprimanded in some type of way? Because why would those farmers, CEOs, and business owners hire these illegal immigrants for a little to nothing for pay and taking jobs away from American citizens? You get what I'm saying? So that's here nor there. That's just something I want to add to the conversation as well. But you know what? We all know that's not going to happen, because it's never about the illegal immigrants in our country contributing to America, which they always have done and they still do to this day. So that's one thing. Now let's talk about our grocery prices. Let's talk about the thing that you ran on a lot as well, the grocery prices. Let's talk about that. I want you to, let's hope and pray that he lowers our grocery prices. Now, the question I want to ask to everyone is, if he doesn't do that, then what? Is it the pointing the fingers and the blame game? Is it the, oh no, but the Democrats this and the Democrats that and the Democrats this, but the whataboutism this and what the whataboutism that? But then if he doesn't implement that, then what? And then if you do lower our grocery prices, I don't want you to tax us more. And then how you're saying that these tariffs are so great and amazing, and lying to us as American citizens, saying that we're not going to be the ones paying for it, the other country is, when damn well that's not the case. But that's here nor there, because you're in office already, Donald Trump, so that's fine. But when you don't go through and do the things that you said you were going to do for your administration, then what does everyone have to say about that? That's my question. Because it's easy to say, you know what, I elect me and I'm going to lower your grocery prices. I am going to drill the most oil that we've seen in decades. Okay. But what's your plan for that? We expected so much for Harris to break down her plans of any and everything. A follow-up to a follow-up to a follow-up to a follow-up and to a follow-up of a question to whatever she wanted to implement. But then when it came down to Trump, it was always just like, oh, you're going to do that? Great. So you know what? I'm going to say the same thing. You're going to do it, great, and I want you to do it without having us being affected in the long run. You get what I'm saying? So now that you're being taken into office, the inflation rate is literally less than a point, or maybe a point as of right now, higher than when you left office the first time. So inflation went from 9.5, almost 10%, back down to where we were when you first left office the first time, Donald Trump. So the economy is fairly good. Our prices were risen due to inflation. Now, When you said that when you were running, you said that you were going to lower prices. Now that you were elected, you are stating to people that it is hard to lower prices for groceries once they already have gone up, which is so sad for me to hear because people voted for you because of lower groceries to feed their kids and to feed their families. And I would hate for you to be a liar because that's not what you do. That's not what Donald Trump is. Donald Trump would never lie to get into office. He is a deal maker and he would lower these prices for us as American citizens because that's what's great for America, right? So that's just another thing. Now, he also ran on the whole anti-trans this and anti-trans that and protecting our kids. To me, it was never about the kids. It was always about eradication of trans people in society. That's going to be another video, another topic on a different day if you guys would like to hear my thoughts about that. So he ran on legislation and kids, not trans kids particularly, taking any gender affirming care medications or any gender affirming care surgeries, which, side note, we're talking about just the trans community in general in the United States is literally not even a percent, not 1% of the country. And then when you think about trans kids, that's not even a point of whatever 1% is. And then it affects everyone. It's basically a fear mongering tactic that I think works on both sides to get someone elected, which I think it did work. It did work. People not entering bathrooms because of what gender identity they feel they are now. Yeah, that's fine. I live in a state, luckily, it allows me to go to a bathroom I identify with. So I can do that. But if I ever am, if I ever am in a state that doesn't allow that, that will restrict me from entering a bathroom that I don't feel comfortable with, just know I am going to abide by those laws. And just know when I walk into the men's restroom, conservatives, liberals, and even independent men are going to still have those conversations with those children that they claim that they're trying to save and hold these conversations about. They're going to have to explain why me, someone that presents as a woman, is walking into the men's room. At the end of the day, I don't think you girls, women, men, boys are going to want to hear conversations about trans people walking into bathrooms. Because just imagine someone like myself that looks binary as a woman, flip the script, a trans man that was born female, transitioned to male, that looks and sounds like a cis man. Them walking into a woman's restroom, those women are now going to be so scared about having these conversations to themselves and with their young girls. So it's kind of a funny catch-22 if you ask me, because you can't get rid of trans people with a stroke of a pen. It's never going to happen. Trans people and their identities didn't just pop up within the last 10 years. We've been here for decades, centuries. It's not like something that just came out of thin air because of social media and the woke agenda. But again, that's just a conversation on a different day. That's fine. Go ahead, sweep all those legislations and all those bills and pass against anti-trans people and kids. Okay, do it. I'm okay with that. Listen, I want you to do whatever you need to do, and you tell me how those anti-trans bills and legislation is going to help the American people. Okay, so this is already going on to a rant. We're probably 20 minutes in. I wanted to keep this short. There's a lot of other things I probably want to add to this list, but those were the three things that he ran on at the top of his agenda and his to-do list. So again, let me know your thoughts and you guys' opinions about everything that I had to say. And if you agreed with me, great. I'm happy that you do, and tell me why you agree with me. And if you don't agree with me, and if you feel like I've said something wrong, I'm not going to delete your comments. I'm not going to say anything negative about you. I'm a person that likes to listen to the other side, and I like to see how things are being said and how other people think about certain issues and topics. So I'm sending nothing but love to everyone. This is going to be a interesting 4 years. Hopefully it's great years. I want the president to do an amazing job, and I want him to do what's best for the American people. I want him to accomplish everything that he said he's going to accomplish if it benefits everyone in the United States of America. And it doesn't take anybody's rights away, if it doesn't restrict anybody from living how they want to live, if they put more money in people's pockets, if they have to spend less for their essentials and food in their daily lives, if their pay rate goes higher, all of those good things. If these companies and these Fortune 500 companies get to pay for what pay their fair share, I'm all for it. But again, conversation for another day. I'm not trying to make this video too long. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Please give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, and share this video on all your social media platforms. So, like always, visionaries, life is your vision. It is whatever you make it, as long as you make it freaking fabulous. Until the next one. Bye.